Hey guys, it's me DAHSTA, and today I'm going to be reviewing Indefinite Recordings Resistance the compilation. So let's get to it. Okay, so I just found out about this new record label, Indefinite Recordings, which came out with this new compilation called Resistance 2 days ago. And yeah, at first I was seeing some posts from like artists like KANAAN or Akvma or Cripplingg or others more about showing some ID that they're working on. And honestly, at first I just thought it was KANAAN that was gonna release an ID, but then other artists start, posting the same picture, and then I thought, oh, okay, this is gonna be like a compilation or something. And yeah, this compilation consists of 32 tracks, which is, for me so far, would be the longest compilation I have seen. That counts if you don't count the Subsidia Records one. But yeah, this would be like the second longest compilation I've seen. And yeah, let's get to it. The first track is like the intro for this compilation, and it's called Resist.
We are at war, my children. A war not fought in normal space. A war in time. A war of shadows and loyalty. A war of trust and fear. Control of that wins the will of the people. So will you stand by? Or will you stand up and resist?
Okay, so that's the intro for the compilation, and I honestly think so far it's pretty cool because using like a Vocodex or some recorder plugin, to give you like digital effect. I liked it. So now moving on to the second track of the compilation is by none other than Dr. Lobster, and it's called 314. pretty good. This is pretty good. This gave me almost like beer vibes. Beer vibes. Also like, who knows? Maybe like if Beer and Company did like a collab or something. I don't know, because you have your heavy basses, and then you have like like that's something like I could hear Veer doing. Like that's around his sound design, and especially that melody, like that Mexican, Cuban, who knows, like that melody, gives me a lot of Latin vibes, and since I'm Puerto Rican, I really did enjoy that part. In this section, this is pretty solid. I don't think it had to be added to the song, but I'm the artist. Now moving on to the third track of the compilation is by Definitive, and it's called Parallax.
Brings you this exclusive report under martial law. We are now reporting to you what's going on in Neo Tokyo at this very moment. The scene you are watching now is a fire started in a tank. Ground forces, respond, over. Report location of escapee, over. Ground forces. The team of those responsible? Oh, wait a minute. We've just been ordered by the Army to land. They're issuing an illegal order to land. They're trying to censor them. Request reinforcements from the Eastern Division. Yes, sir. Make sure they know it's code red. Ready? Definite. Is that normal? Yes, sir. The scene you are watching now is a fire started in a tank.
Okay, so far, like the drop is pretty heavy and it gives me like morale vibes, but at the same time, I feel like those vocals between the drop, I feel like they're unnecessary.
Fire away.
Okay, so this song, it's pretty heavy, but again, those vocals just makes it feel like a little bit lackluster, like it takes me a little bit off from the drop, and it has, this morale vibes. But yeah, it just, the vocal just it took me off. It took me off from the enjoying the drop too, and yeah, it feels like it could have been better if you had taken out the vocal and not have it stopped so many times. Like I feel like there were parts like it stopped abruptly and then came back again. And the transition is good, but still, I feel like you could have left it there. Could have made it a little bit more longer, and then you could have ended it later. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty heavy track. Now, moving on to the fourth song is by Akvma and it's called Natural Selection. check Akvma. And we are guitar riff.
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
There are monsters inside all of us.
I enjoyed this one more than the other one.
Right in this area, and those last three we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there.
Be very afraid.
I definitely enjoyed this one. Like, it almost gave me like from her remix that she did for Most Step, like the Fallout. It kind of gave me those vibes because same sound design, but yeah, it's really heavy. I just like it. I like her style. Now we're on to the fifth song. It's by Dveight and it's called The Butcher.
Man, them call me the butcher. I'm actually nuts, I'm actually you're actually shit. What you call you I actually and I'm actually big, I'm actually bad, I'm actually mad shit. Funny thing is I actually am check. Now I actually what you call
I had it to Dveight. This is pretty freaking amazing, and yeah, the sound design overall, and you know, then with those snares, like that's a chest kiss right there.
Now I actually did, I'm actually
Okay, so this is pretty good. So far, this is one of my favorites. And yeah, but I feel like most of them are getting inspired by Mirage or something because like I can feel like the vibes can be heavily inspired by Mirage. If not, I apologize. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Also, those vocals is something I can imagine Control Freak doing, because when it comes to Control Freak songs, he normally uses some type of vocals like sound like that, and yeah, that's why it gave me those Control Freak vibes. Now moving on to the 6th song, it's by VANM and it's called Black Mirror. What the fuck? Damn, that really gave me a lot of Trampa vibes. I feel like that was Trampa inspired. You know, it's pretty good, pretty heavy, you know. It's, yeah, I can say it's Trampa. Okay, so also one thing I just like thought came to my mind is that it kind of sounds similar to All Prophets Vox How Tear Out, like at least in the beginning of the second drop when it goes like like try and hear both of them and tell me if I'm wrong, because they kind of sound similar. Still pretty good song. Now moving on to the next song is by Persist and it's called What's It Gonna Be?
So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So what's it gonna be?
This song gave me a lot of old school dubstep vibes, and because it reminded me a lot of like Dirt Monkey, Jensen, also Dirt Monkey and Jensen vibes it gave me. Also, which more? Some other artists, man. It's on the top of my head, but I forgot. Anyways, yeah, it gave me a lot of old school dubstep vibes, and I think the vocal's pretty cool. Like, what's it gonna be? Like, it works for the drop, but I don't know. Like, the drop itself feels a tiny bit lackluster, just a tiny bit.
What's it gonna be? So what's it gonna be?
Okay, so this song by itself is pretty good, but you know, it's not like holy shit. Like but yeah, I can respect, you know, like going for like old school dubstep vibes if that was like the purpose of it. If not, then I apologize. And yeah, it gave me like if Uber, Point.Blank, and Dirt Monkey and Jensen did a 4-way collab, because you know, like it's similar to their style, especially like Dirt Monkey and Jensen. I mentioned Uber because I'm referring to his most recent EP, Relinquish. Like the song itself, like it gave me those kind of vibes. And yeah. Now moving on to the next song is by Agony and it's called Everything. one. It's pretty cool, you know, pretty heavy, and that snare is just. And also it gave me a little bit like which song? Yeah, it gave me a little bit like a Dveight vibe from the song The Future. And I was just like. Okay, so yeah, this one was pretty freaking good, and especially like the intro, you know, going with the heavy metal, man, just really good, really good. Now moving on to the next song of the compilation is by D-JAHSTA, and it's called Catatonia or Catatonia. I apologize if I'm butchering the name. Pretty good, but like that initial drop, I don't know, sounded like a little bit lackluster, just a tiny bit. I can feel like it was empty. first drums feel like a little bit empty, just a little bit. So yeah, that song, I mean, it's pretty good, but you know, it's like not my favorite. Yeah, you know, pretty heavy. You know, just like generic tear out. So yeah, that's it for me. Now moving on to the 10th song. The compilation is by Dubscribe and it's called The Future. Okay, so this song, I mean, it's not my favorite because it's just more generic dubstep. It's like something like Excision will make. Like it sounds a lot on the song, the collab, The Resistance, I think, if I remember correctly, that was how the song was called. And yeah, I mean, you know, you have your sound design, which is pretty good, but at the end, it just feels generic. You know, in the intro, he probably could have taken that and used it for the second drop and made like psytrance if he wanted to, but you know. Yeah, now moving on to the 11th song of the compilation is by Antiserum and it's called Gasolina Riddim. Okay, this song, I mean, it's kind of, like I feel like the drop is just really off place, like a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I feel like the structure of the drop was just really messed up for me personally because you have different sound designs and some of them kind of go together, but others of them like don't. Like it feels like a whole mess, and yeah, the sound design is different, but at the same time it's just kind of like triangle, like a little darker, heavier and greedier. Like it's cool, but at the same time it's kind of like I don't know. Like it feels a little bit compressed. Like some sounds sound more louder than the other ones, and yeah, and you don't have like the breakdown is not too long. I feel like it should have been a little bit more longer. Let it breathe more. But yeah. Now moving on to the 12th song of the compilation is by Point.Blank and it's called Fuck. Like it gives me like the old school dubstep vibes, but still like kind of maintains a little bit like new school. And yeah, it's really enjoying it so far. Okay, so that song was pretty good. It's pretty good. That's all I can say. And I'm moving on to the 13th song of the compilation. It's by KANAAN and it's called Filthy Attitude.
ain't tryna be cool like you. 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 Ain't tryna be cool like you.
Okay, so far the intro is pretty fun.
Filthy attitude.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Okay, so this is completely different. Never seen anyone do this before. And it's creative as fuck. But at the same time, it's kind of like, really, man? So, like in the middle of the drop, and it's gonna be like, hey, and then like all of a sudden, like, damn.
Filthy attitude.
Okay. Wow. So KANAAN decided to change the game, at least for me, because that is something like I haven't heard anyone else do. Like I feel like that method, the closest thing to that could probably be phonon, just like a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty creative, you know, pretty out of the box. But at the same time, let's say you're on a rave and you're listening to this song and you're having that like heavy part, and then you just changes to like lo-fi, like a little bit of lo-fi, I don't know, like hip hop, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? And then it comes back to it and you're like, hey, but then it drops again to like hip hop, and then it's like, the fuck is this guy doing? Like, they probably feel like this transition is so bad or something, and they may walk out. Who knows? But yeah, pretty fun and creative. So go on your KANAAN. Now moving on. This is like the second part of the compilation, which be like, says, I don't know the name exactly, but screw it. The second part, System Online. would say that's the mix section for the compilation. So yeah, just keep moving. The 15th song of the compilation is by Welon and JANDI, and it's called Archangel. The sound design, but this song kind of reminded me a little bit of Versa style, and yeah, a little bit of like Dveight distribution. Like if Dveight and Versa made a collab, but still, it's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty good. I really did enjoy that one. Now moving on to the 16th song of the compilation. It's by Cripplingg and it's called 5 Days. That was pretty creative. Pretty creative. No, it sounds pretty cool.
5 days.
So this one's definitely is my favorite now. Like this is pretty creative, and like that sound design is like, and the sub bass again so clean, and the flow of it all is just really good.
5 discs.
Damn, that was fun. That was definitely fun to hear. Like really bouncing, really groovy. Like it's something I could definitely, as you saw, headbang to. So yeah, really good on Cripplingg. This one's pretty freaking good, and so far it's my favorite of the compilation. But yeah, moving on to the 17th song of the compilation is by KRON, and it's called XTRA.
Bitches acting extra.
Pretty heavy, pretty good. The sound design, again, it's pretty good. So yeah, it's kind of a generic tear out, but still, it's enjoyable.
All these bitches acting extra.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like the song is pretty heavy, but at the same time, he could have added more elements in the drop to, give it more variety, and yeah, make it stand out a little bit more, because it sounds like almost like your generic tear out, and yeah, I don't know. In this case, you could probably add a sustain bass and call it a day if you're. Or just change a little bit of give it a little bit more sound design, and just stick to like you make your bass and you're just gonna use that. And yeah, you can do it, but it feels like a little bit lazy. I'm not trying to insult him or anything or her, but still it's kind of your generic tear out. So, but anyways, something I would definitely headbang to. Now, moving on to the 18th song of the compilation is by Severe and it's called Fiends. yeah, this song, I mean, there's nothing too bad about it. I just feel like it's something really generic, like your old school rhythm type of vibe, you know. But yeah, it's okay. Moving on to the 19th song of the compilation is by JAHSTA and it's called Moonbright Monster.
Come back here. All right. I know whoever you are, listen to this carefully. I have a gun. Not going to be frightened away. Can you hear me? I have a gun. Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me? Come back here.
I feel like the song is too long.
All
Like
right.
it could end it right there, but
I know whoever you are, listen to this carefully. Are you there? Can you hear me?
nothing too special about this song. I just feel like it's the same as any other type of rhythm song. And I get that rhythm is supposed to be repetitive, but not have to be just like the same sound design constantly. Well, I do like that part. When you have like the melody, like there with the drop, that part is really important.
Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me?
So yeah. Moving on to the next song is by SHOCKZ and it's called Paranormal.
Nothing will save you. Nothing will save you. Game over.
Okay, so this song, I mean, it's pretty good, but you know, like it doesn't stand out for me personally. Like even though it does have flow, you know, the sound design is pretty good, but yeah, it's just more like generic rhythm for me. Now moving on to the 21 song of the compilation. It's by Mushi and it's called Talk. Okay, starting off that snare, I'm really not liking that snare too much. Okay, I like the sound design, but those drums feel like they don't fit, or sound a little bit too low. Ended right there. Like right there, it could have ended, but there's still like 2 more minutes to go. Or 3 more minutes. Hey guys, sorry to do this all the time, but yeah. I had a problem with the audio, which I had to cut this part out because it was affecting the rest of the video, at least for 3 songs. And yeah, now I have to do this part because if I didn't, then you would be stuck hearing to this. So yeah, just gonna keep moving on, you know, give you my review on these 3 tracks, and then I'm just gonna go back to the original footage, which that part does not have the problem with the audio. So yeah, we were left on Nushi's Talk, which I have to say the song is not bad, but in the end it's kind of boring because it's too long, it's kind of repetitive, and you don't hear anything new. Like you're expecting, you know, to have at least a different sound design in the second part of the song, but it doesn't have it. Like it just keeps doing the same thing, like nothing else. Like Again, the sound design is pretty good, and it's something different from Nushi because he mostly he mostly does like melodic rhythm, feature rhythm type of thing and stuff, and him going back, or better yet, him doing this style like almost old school rhythm. Then it's kind of new, at least for me. It's kind of brand new seeing him do this, but still, it's like something I probably could listen to in the club, like chilling, like old school rhythm, but it's not something like it's gonna be in my own, like right now in my house, like be listening to all day. It's just kind of like one listen and that's it. But yeah, I commend him for the sound design. Now moving on to the next track is by DANNO and it's called WALLOP. So I like this song, and I love the fact that at the beginning it has like the energy is kind of like a stomp, like boom boom da, and then when it transitions into the second part of the drop, it picks up its energy and goes way more harder and faster, and I enjoy that part. And also the sound design is really good. So yeah, this song is pretty good. I really did enjoy it. Like the sound design again is pretty good, and the flow of it is amazing. Also, one of the things that I enjoyed the most and just the details is the sub. That sub sounds so clean, and it has its flow. Like it's not anything boring. Like you can follow it and you can groove to it. So that's one of the reasons I enjoyed this song. Now moving on to the 23 song of the compilation is by Von Rans and it's called Eduardo. part, but I just realized this song kind of reminds me of Crippling's 5 Days, and the sense of the sound design and the flow, and yeah, it feels like this can be like the little brother of Crippling's 5 Days or something. And yeah, that's it. Those are the 3 tracks that I wanted to cover due to the audio being corrupted. And I have to say that at least this song from Von Rans, it's pretty good. I really do like the sound design, the flow. You know, like I said before, it kind of reminds me of Crippling's 5 Days, and also a little bit of DANNO's WALLOP, which is also really good. And also, this is just details, the details behind the song. You can hear like a percussion in the background. I don't know if it feels like you're hearing like I don't know, like something from the kitchen or something like that, or like a glass, or I don't know, something real subtle, and you can hear it in the background when it goes like ding 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 ding, like something like that in between like the basses. You can hear it in the background, and that's really good. That's a real subtle way of like detailing and giving more like more depth to your music. So yeah, thank you for watching this part. Now back to our regular scheduled programming video. Bye. Hey, something different. Hey, I got nothing bad to say about this. A little bit jazz, So yeah, just a little bit of jazz. Now moving on to the 25th song is by Euphorian, and it's called Affirmations. Different, a little hyper pop. I like those glitchy effects. Always some sensors on boards, but also I like how they're something different, different genre, adding something different to this compilation. I'm just sticking to like KRON and Riddim. Using some hyperpop, which is suddenly, being created by a lot of artists. Like you have Virtual Riot making a lot of it. You have Beer, you have other artists doing this, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's something I really enjoy. So yeah, I gotta give it to Euphorium, who so far in this compilation is the only one that has done a hyperpop so far. And it's pretty creative, really structured well. The sound design is amazing, and overall it's an enjoyable song. Yeah. Moving on to the 26th song is by Banxy, and it's called Self Control. This is pretty good. This is definitely something really good right here. Like, I really enjoyed this one, and the sound design was that was pretty enjoyable. Banxy outdid himself on this one, and it's pretty freaking heavy. I'm enjoying it. I really enjoyed it so far, and that second drop was even better. It's pretty good. Really great work. Now moving on to the 27th song of the compilation is by Hexagy, and it's called Gravity. Hexagy really outdid himself on this one. I really did enjoy it, and something different, of course, for the compilation. Adding some color base into it. I mean, it's pretty good, really enjoyable, and I just love that genre. Color base is something that I've been really enjoying so far. Now moving on to the 28th song of the compilation is by Flax, and it's called "Watch Out."
Watch out.
Okay, so this song is pretty good. At first, it was kind of a little bit lackluster, just a little bit. Then it just really grew on me, and the sound design is pretty good. It has some more light to it, honestly, and yeah, the general flow of it is pretty good. And it kind of reminds me like a little bit of Versa, just a tiny bit, but still, it's pretty good. Okay, so the song itself is pretty good. I like the drop, but the breakdowns and the overall that outro sound incredibly empty. So yeah, that part, I feel like he should add some melody into it, but it's okay. Now moving on to the 29th song of the compilation is by Inamore, and it's called Dream Core. Okay, so this song was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. You know, it kind of reminded me of the songs in the beginning of this compilation, a little bit like Agony, Akvma, but still, it was pretty good, really enjoyable, and those melodies at the end, pretty good. I really did enjoy them, and it gives it more life and more flavor to it. Now, moving on to the 30th song of the compilation is by Parasite, and it's called Can't Feel. So far, the first drop is pretty good. You know, a little bit of your generic tear up. Now this breakdown that they is doing right now is pretty good. I really like it. You know, different. You know, not like your generic, you know, tear out or rhythm or stuff like that. You know, changing the beat. Okay, this song was pretty good. Pretty good. The second drop was way better for me than the first drop. And that breakdown, the first breakdown, really good. And interesting. And, you know, really gets me hyped up. Okay, now, moving on to, I would say, the final song of the compilation is by Makuya, and it's called Righteous. Again, really heavy, you know, and it sounds like Trampa, Versa, and Mara style. Like those vibes is the stuff it gave me. Okay, and that was it. That was the entire compilation. Well, technically, there's the outro, which is the fourth part, which is called Pseudo Shutdown -N. So I will just play that for, to give it context. And that was it. That's the official Indefinite Recordings Resistance compilation. And I gotta say, it's not that bad. I mean, there's some songs, that are really not that great, at least for me. But there are other ones that I did really enjoy, and they're pretty amazing and are really creative and fun and groovy and have way more life to it than some other songs. Now, I gotta say, from these 32 tracks, I would have to say my favorites would be, in the order that they appear, is Dr. Lobster's 314, Akvma's Natural Selection, Dveight the Butcher, Persist, What's It Gonna Be, Agony, Everything, KANAAN's Filthy Attitude, Welon and JANDI's Archangel, Crippling's 5 Days, KRON XTRA, which else? I will have to say Von Rand's Eduardo, DANNO WALLOP, then Euphoриan's Affirmations, Banxy's Self-Control, Hexagy's Gravity, and also Flax Watch Out, and Inamor's Dream Core, and I think Parasite's Can Feel. Those would be 17, I guess. 17 tracks. Now I would have to say my top four would be Crippling's 5 Days. That's my number one. My number one favorite. Then definitely Euphoриan's Affirmations, Banksy's Self-Control, and Hexagy's Gravity. Those fours will be my top 4 favorites because they were so different, and it gives you, the vibe that it's really good, really groovy and has, like bounciness to it. And yeah, it's the ones that I enjoy the most. So good on you guys, and yeah, thank you for watching this long ass video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Click on the notification bell to give you guys update on my next videos. And yeah, this is DXSec signing off.